We're going to walk through the steps you need to use the TI-84 calculator. 83 would work the same way to do the voting apportionment. So you can see over here on the right, I just pulled up in Excel the states with the populations I want to use, and I'm going to put them over here in the calculator. So I want you to notice I have these 6 states. They had a total population of 87,085, and I have 125 seats to give away. So before I start, the first thing I really need to know is what is the divisor. So just before I go to any chart or anything, I'm going to put this in 87,085 and then divide by the 125, and it tells me my standard divisor is 696.68. So let me put that back over here, 696.68, so we can look at it as I go on. All right, so beside that, what I want to find next is I would want to know the quota. So here I'm just finding the standard quotas for everything. So then we'll do the Hamilton method first. And this Excel screen will kind of probably shoot back and forth as I do this. That's okay, just so we have the numbers to reference. Hopefully it'll stay up there for us a little bit. I think this way will work better. Okay. So I want to put these states over here into the calculator. So remember, we're going to push the stat button. And in stat, the first thing it says is edit, and I push enter, and that's going to bring up the list. So let's bring that back up so I can see it. So here in L1, I'm going to put the populations. So I had 4,500 for A. Sorry how it bounces. 8,750 for B. So notice after each one I just push enter. 12,800, that's my C. 32,000 is D. I have 7,950. And then 21,085. I would always take a quick look, make sure that you entered them correctly. It's really easy to miss a 0 or to put in something wrong. So I just do a double glance sometimes to make sure I got it all right. Okay. So to do the quotas, what we're doing next for the quota is we're trying to, let's see, let me put it a little bigger for you. I want to take these populations and I want to divide by the standard divisor we found earlier. So to do that, I have to go over to L2. Okay. Notice right now I'm in the first entry of L2. That's not good. I want to go all the way up. So all the way up means L2 is highlighted. Down here it says L2 here. And what I want to tell it to do is to hit second one, which says take the first list. So that's what it says L1. And divide by 696. Good that I checked it. 696. So let's go back. 696.68. Okay, so it's going to take each of these individual entries. It's going to divide it by our standard divisor, 696.68. When I push enter, it fills it all in. Okay, so now I can see these are my standard divisors. On the test, I do have you put it in so that I can see what you did. That way, if anything weird went on with your division, I'm not giving you everything wrong. So I'm just going to put these over here to 2 decimal places. So this one will be 6.46, 12.56, 18.37, 45.93, 11.41, and 30.27. Okay. So you can see I want to do the Hamilton apportionment first. So there's a bunch of different ways to get through this. Let's try to do what seems kind of easy. So I'm going to get out of this. See where it says second mode? Up top it says quit. Let's hit that. So I go back to a normal screen. On this normal screen, I'm just going to add up these front numbers. 6, 12, 18, 45. So I have my 6, my 12, my 18, 45, 11, and 30. Okay. All right. It says 122. Well, if you look, I had 125 seeds to give away, so 122 is too small, and it's actually 3 too small. So what I want to look for is on these decimal places, the 27, 41, 93, 37, 56, and 45, I want to look for the 3 biggest. And then let me see if I can somehow, let me make the screen bigger for a minute so we can look at it. Let's change a color. So if I look for the 3 biggest, 93 is big. I'm just trying to get rid of that. Okay. So I'm just highlighting the 3 biggest so we can see them. So 93 was big. After that, let's click and get out of that. The next biggest would be 56. So I'm going to highlight that one. And then after that, I can see 46. Okay. So what that means is these 3 that I highlighted are going to get 1 more seed. So the 6 will be 7. The 12 will be 13. 18 will stay the same. 45 will become 46. This 11.41 will stay at 11. And this 30.27 will stay at 30. Okay. So let's check our total if I add those up now. And let's hope if I just kind of move this over, maybe it'll stay. All right. So now I have to add 7. Plus 13, plus 18, plus 46, plus 11. Okay. Oh, I didn't put in my 30. Sorry about that. So add 30. There's my 125, which is what I wanted. Okay. So now that I have that, my Hamilton apportionment is finished. So let's talk about how this would help for other apportionments as well. So let me just copy this part. Let's make a new sheet. Let's put those here. All right, so let's now go on to, let's do Jefferson. So let's say I give you a modified divisor of 680, and we'll find the modified quotas for Jefferson. Okay, and then right beside it, I'll put the Jefferson apportionment. Oh, that'll be fine. I don't really need the little marks. Okay, so let's go back to our stats and to our list. So we're going to stat and then edit. And I don't need these numbers anymore. So again, go back to the top of L2. It shows you all the numbers here, but make sure you go to the top. If you're not going to the top, nothing's going to happen. Push clear, put the arrow down, and now I've cleared out my list. So now I don't have all those quotas anymore. I can do my new quotas. So this time what I gave you over here, you can see I gave you a modified divisor of 680. So back again up to that very tip top of L2, I'm going to hit second one, and I'm going to divide by 680. Okay. So these are my modified quotas that I got from using the modified divisor that I will give you. I have to give it to you for the Jefferson method. And what I want you to see is Jefferson, well, it is a little bit easier because all I have to do now is, when I go over here, Jefferson's method of rounding is down. So I just write 6, 12, 18, 47, 11, and 31. There is no looking at the decimal places to decide what happens. I take the front numbers, 6, 12, 18, 47, 11, 31. I ignore these decimals altogether to figure out the Jefferson apportionment. What's nice is being in the calculator and not having to look at anything like we did on Hamilton. I can check that this adds up to 125 if I want. You have a couple of ways of doing it. One way would be write it all in here, go back to the home screen and add it up. The other way would be to go back to the home screen, and over stat it says list. So I'm going to hit that list. And do you see we want to do some math? We would like to add up the list. So I go over to math. Adding is sum, so I'm going to hit 5 for the sum. And this list I want to add is the third one, so I hit second 3, and it tells me I got 125. So I can see that it did the apportionment fine. So let's go back to our stats so I can look at the numbers and just record them over here in the chart. So this was 6.62, 12.87, 18.82, 47.06, 11.69, 31.01, and then we said that gives me 6. Type's bad though, that's a 6, 12, 18, 47, 11, and 31. And because I am in Excel, let's bump that up for a minute. I can tell it add that up for me. I hit auto sum and it, oops, because I skipped one, sorry about that. That's 11. Now I can hit auto sum and it will say I got my 125, which was what I wanted. Now we could format these to make a match. I think I have it like an 18 font and we can pretty this up. Okay, so now we can see here's our answer. So this just gives you a different way to do it where you're not having to individually go 4,500 divided by 680, 8,750 divided by 680. It does it nice and quickly. So